It's me, your friendly neighborhood cosplayer, ElecTrish. And today I'm going to show you my cosplays of Mary Jane Watson and Felicia Hardy. Welcome to Cosplay My Way. Let's talk about Mary Jane Watson. She made her first full appearance in Marvel Comics, The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 42 in 1967, in which she makes a very, very good entrance.
Face it, Tiger. You just hit the jackpot.
Throughout the years, we see Mary Jane as a very interesting character in the comic books. She goes from being a girl next door to a love interest to a best friend to you name it, she's been it. She's been a model, an actress, even a superhero. And what she always seems to do is surprise Peter Parker. So after Mary Jane's appearances in movies, cartoons, an amazing video game which I love, I was very excited when she later came out in her own comic book series entitled The Amazing Mary Jane. So, it's a 6-part series, and it was supposed to be longer, but it ended up getting shut down due to COVID-19. But I loved this series because we got to see Mary Jane just being amazing, being fabulous. She is an actress, she's acting in a movie which is directed by Mysterio, and she even gets to adorn the spider suit, which I'm always a sucker for, because the actor that's in the movie is not able to continue and he quits. So there's a lot of really cool scenes with her. I wish it would have been longer, but Mary Jane always finds her way back into comics, and I love that. So one of the most exciting things that I've seen in comic books with Mary Jane is when they came out with all these amazing variant covers on comic books, which were all featuring Mary Jane as characters that we all know and love. So I'm just gonna give you some examples of my favorites. This one is one of my all-time favorites. I love it because obviously I love the Dark Phoenix, and I love that Spider-Man is in the crowd while she's walking a runway and he's like cheering her on. This is Mary Jane as Spider-Gwen. I love that they customized the suit. It's really cool. The Mighty Thor, because we all know that Mary Jane would be worthy. Doctor Strange, looking really cool and magical because Mary Jane. Captain America. Daredevil. Wolverine. The Avengers. She even was in the Deadpool suit, but kind of like a Lady Deadpool meets X-23 style. I mean, the list just goes on and on. She even was in the new Black Cat series, and we're gonna talk about Black Cat later. So one of my most favorite moments featuring Mary Jane in comics is when she shows up to fight Regent in the full Iron Spider suit in The Amazing Spider-Man issue 15. So she puts on this suit, she shows up to fight Regent to save her man and others, and she just shows up and kicks ass, which is why I absolutely love Mary Jane as a character. She is looking fabulous in this suit, and you can see I have the variant covers by J Scott Campbell and also Alex Ross because I love it so much. I love it so much, in fact, that I decided to cosplay this version of Mary Jane, complete with the spider legs. But what I didn't realize is walking around a convention center wearing those huge spider arms on your back is pretty difficult. But I think it was worth it because it's one of my most known cosplays and one of my biggest cosplay memories, So most recently, Mary Jane is in a comic book one-shot with Felicia Hardy, also known as the Black Cat. Mary Jane and Black Cat Beyond. I love this book so much. It's so much fun to see these two characters together, and the reason why they're teaming up is to help Peter Parker. So, I love this comic book cover by J Scott Campbell. He made so many amazing variants to it, and I love them so much that I decided to cosplay the two characters and recreate them. Alright, enough about Mary Jane Watson. It's time to talk about Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat. So, who is Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat? Well, you could say a lot about her character. She is a fan of Spider-Man. She enjoys the finer things in life, such as jewels and fine art, which she finds herself able to steal on a regular basis, because she also has the powers to cause bad luck for others, which comes in handy for a cat burglar. So Felicia Hardy's first appearance in Marvel Comics was in July of 1979, in this comic book, in which she meets Spider-Man for the first time. And we see a lot of things about her, such as she has cat-like reflexes, she is very flirtatious, especially when it comes to Spider-Man, and also she is the daughter of Walter Hardy, a very famous thief. Although Felicia is obviously someone that breaks the law on a normal basis, Spider-Man cannot resist her, and we do see a scene in the comic where they make out, and she wants him to keep on his mask because she enjoys the mystery. So he's unable to resist her, and he knows that she's trouble. So although Felicia Hardy was never originally intended to be a cat burglar or to appear in the Amazing Spider-Man comics, she quickly became a very popular character within the Spider-Man world among fans, especially the guys. So with her skin-tight catsuit, her gorgeous hair, and her bad girl attitude, Felicia Hardy made many appearances throughout the years in comics, cartoons, and video games. She even got a brand new suit design in the Marvel Spider-Man video game that dropped in 2018, which I absolutely loved. So in 2019, Felicia Hardy got her own solo comic book series, the Black Cat series. I was so excited when this series came out because not only had it been forever since we would see Black Cat on her own, but the variant covers for this comic book series were absolutely to die for. It would literally take me all night to show you all of my favorites. And I think that I am not alone when I say this is a very fun character to read. So that being said, it's time for a surprise. Thanks for watching another episode of Cosplay My Way with me, ElecTrish. And tonight I've been Mary Jane and Black Cat because why choose one when you can be both? And what will I do next? Be sure to subscribe to find out.